please rise for the singing of the national anthem? Please rise for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Class of 2023, please be seated. Welcome to Severance Music Center for the class of the 2023 commencement ceremony. Let's give the class of 2023 a round of applause. This evening, I'd like to give a special welcome to students, parents, siblings, grandparents, and family members. Welcome to board members, teachers, administration, and staff who are in attendance today. A special thank you to Amy Schulte and Kiana Hewley for the creation of the commencement program. Thank you to Craig Alexander and Carmela Serra for all their work with the class of 2023. A special thank you to the After Prom mothers who put together the gifts you received 2 weeks ago. Thank you to the custodial staff for helping make today happen. Thank you to all the teachers and the high school staff. Teachers and high school staff, all teachers as well, from elementary as well, could you please rise to be acknowledged? Thank you. Finally, a special thank you to Aubrey Erkins, Ryan Peters, and Officer Colton Pekarski for not only their hard work today, but for their support the entire year. So last week at graduation practice, Jonah Wolf asked me what my graduation speech was going to be about. I was honest with him. For many of you, I've had the opportunity to be your principal for 7 years. What do you say after 7 years? Our journey began in 6th grade and finishes here today at Severance Hall. The one thing that popped up in my mind instantly was the 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C. My first thought was not about how awesome the trip was, the things we saw, the monuments, the memorials we visited, but instead, how Bus 2's floor was completely a mess when we arrived back to Beechwood Middle School. You see, the back 2 rows decided to have a food fight at various times on the way back from DC. After helping the bus driver sweep up various forms of goldfish crackers, pretzels, and gummy bears, I had time to reflect. If that was really the worst of it, was really the DC trip that bad, I guess there can be a lot worse scenarios happening with 8th graders in DC. And yes, class of 2023, my gray hairs, my thinning hairline, my receding hairline are partially your responsibility. All right, so all kidding aside, I want to leave you with a short story. Now, several of you in the orchestra have heard this brief version of this story, but I wanted you all to hear it. The purpose of this story is for you to understand that when you leave Severance Hall here today, you will make a difference in the world. Last March, spring of 2022, I had the honor to accompany the Beechwood High School Orchestra to Italy. When we arrived in Italy, we were one of the first groups to visit Italy since the pandemic started. Keep in mind, Italy had not allowed visitors or tourism for many, many, many months. When we arrived in Italy, you could feel the sense of hope and new beginnings for a country who was ravaged by a pandemic. As we toured Italy, the Beechwood High School Orchestra had a concert every other evening. Each time we played in a church. The first evening we played in Venice. A few evenings later we played in Florence. And finally we played in Rome. And each night the churches were larger and the crowds grew. The first evening there were 75 people. The final evening in Rome we had 175 to 200 people in the audience. It was during the second concert in Florence, I noticed an older woman who was off to the side crying. I walked towards this woman as she walked towards me. She immediately said thank you over and over and over again. She said how beautiful the orchestra sounded. She went on to explain that the churches had been closed for many, many months, and this young group of musicians is our hope and inspiration for the future. She explained that many of her family members passed away during the pandemic. She experienced so much tragedy, but these musicians were our hope for better days. Several of the seniors who are on stage today were with me on this trip. Why did I tell you this story? When you leave here today, you'll be on a new journey. I challenge you to inspire, serve, bring hope to future generations on your journey. Whether you're going to be a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, an engineer, or an accountant, remember this story. Because many times you'll be called upon to inspire, and just like Beechwood High School Orchestra in Italy, you won't realize the difference you have made in an individual's life thousands and thousands of miles away. Class of 2023, be kind, work hard, and always cherish your friendships. Congratulations, class of 2023. We love you. At this time, I'd like to recognize academic excellence by individually recognizing our magna cum laude graduates. I'd like those students to please stand as I read your name, and please remain standing until I have recognized everyone. First, Liana Aduns. Please stand. Vincent T. Crenshaw. Maya Jamie Isengart. Kimia Esmaili Adabi. Kajal Krishnan. Benjamin P. Lawrence. Rebecca Taylor Lawton. James C. O'Neill. Adam Michael Ritzenberg. Drew Seth. Haya Shahade. And Kai Zhang. Congratulations. At this point, I call Mrs. Walsh to the podium.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to Beechwood's commencement for the class of 2023. As we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates alongside family members, friends, teachers, and administrators, I thank each and every one of you for the role that you played in making this day possible. It takes a village, and I so appreciate that all of you are part of ours. To the parents of our graduates, they say that the greatest contributions you'll make to this world are your children. Whoever they are, I wholeheartedly agree. I know it hasn't always been easy. I have a 13-year-old, so I feel uniquely qualified to say that I know it hasn't always been easy. He taught himself to read at age 3, and now he has advanced to having 2 words in his vocabulary. They are nah and bruh. And actually, they're not even words, they're sounds. But sometimes he strings them together. Anyway, our 2023 graduates have so much to be proud of, and so much of who they are, whether their nature or how they were nurtured, has come from you. Thank you for being there for them every step of the way, and for knowing when it's time to step away and watch them soar. It may not have always been easy, but it has always been worth it. To our teachers, staff, and administrators, thank you for cultivating an environment in our schools where our students feel comfortable to be their authentic selves. We know that when this happens, it is when the most engaged learning can occur. More than any GPA, test score, or number of college acceptance letters, I have been so proud to see our students fulfill our district's mission to develop intellectual entrepreneurs with a social conscience. My top priority as a board member is that all of our students feel seen, valued, and respected. Thank you, Beechwood Schools staff, for doing all of the things, big and small, to make that possible. It may not have always been easy, but it has always been worth it. To the class of 2023, can I have a moment of vulnerability with you? As cliche as it might be, I'm a big believer in being the change you seek. The change I seek is less division and more connection. I believe that being vulnerable can bring that about. I've seen it work, as recently as a few days ago with that 13-year-old I mentioned. If me telling him embarrassing stories from when I was in middle school can actually get him talking, then just imagine what this vulnerability can do if we all practice it. So here it goes. I love my job, and 3.5 weeks ago, I resigned. 3.5 weeks ago, I resigned, 3 years too late. What I finally realized is that what I have always wanted for each of you, for you to feel seen, valued, and respected, is what I should want for myself. There have been so many difficult things about this decision, but when I really thought about what I was afraid of, it wasn't being unemployed. I told my husband I'd get a job at Costco if it came to it. Everyone there seems happy, there's free samples, it's great. But it was that for 8 years, my work has been a huge part of my identity. After this Friday, am I still the same person if I can't call myself Deputy Project Director? As I asked myself that question, I thought of all of you. What you call yourself today changes. You become high school graduate, not high school student. Every award you've earned, every score on a test, your attendance record, every game you've competed in, every concert you've played or stage you've graced doesn't go away as you make this transition. It's your qualities and characteristics, the ones your parents have nurtured, the ones your teachers have encouraged, and ultimately the ones that you cultivated within yourself that will stay with you long after today, regardless of what you call yourself. It's your drive, your determination, your empathy, your hard work, your focus, and yes, your vulnerability. It may not have always been easy, but it has always been worth it. Congratulations, Beechwood class of 2023. Remember, you will always be worth it.
Strangers with overlapping histories. That is who we are. Through the trials labeled as high school, we survived, only to be given a piece of paper to validate our hard work. The hard work that kept us up at night, caused missed sleep and missed opportunities. At such a young age, we were expected to balance a social life with our work, expected to know calculus before we knew who we were. Our grades and popularity became our identity, dividing us into groups that determined our self-worth. I know that these groups seemed like everything, a raft to keep us afloat in a sea of stress, but I hope you will understand. Our shared experiences bind us together. We are bonded by the Beechwood bubble. We understand each other in a way only we can define. I am grateful for this school. The drama taught me to keep my head held up high. The classes taught me to write a 10-page paper in 2 days. The teachers taught me that a good morning and I love your outfit can change someone's day or grades. This school taught me to thrive. This school taught me to survive, to live and to thrive, to grow beyond the bubble, to burst with ideas and aspirations. I am grateful for the time we had together. I am grateful for Beechwood High School. Thank you.
I went around Beechwood High School to ask every teacher one question. What words would you use to describe the class of 2023? As I recorded these results, there was one word that kept appearing again and again and again. Comprising over half of all the phrases I documented, this word was resilient. Now, make no mistake, there's nothing wrong with resilience. It's just that this one word can't really capture the highs and lows, the ebbs and flows, the yeses and nos that our class has endured. Resilience implies a return to one's initial state after a stressful event. Resilience implies accepting the substandard to return home within the limits of your comfort zone. We have to do better than resilience. Imagine for a moment that you are not in this hall, but you're on the beach. Now, I know some of you were already doing that, so carry on. Except now the tide, but let's now imagine that you have strayed too far into the ocean and you start to make your way back to shore. Except now the tide that once propelled you forwards is working against you and you're struggling to keep your balance. But adrenaline rushes through your bloodstream and your brain becomes a switch between fight and flight, and eventually you make it back to land. And now you all expect me to say something like, that is resilience. And well, it is, somewhat. You see, resilience by its definition is inextricably linked to strength. And the truth is, your survival in that scenario wasn't solely based on your physical strength. You were able to make it back to that shore because you visualized yourself there already and you worked towards it. And that's not resilience, that's something else entirely. So what instead can describe our metamorphosis after the pandemic that shall not be named? What instead can describe our petition against a dress code revision that threatened the autonomy of specific subsets of the student populace? What instead can describe the walkout in support of gun reform that we organized when school shootings were ravaging the landscape of American education? What instead can describe our legs still picking us up and making their way back to shore when all odds lay in the seabed below? Let's turn to hope. Hope is expectation with confidence, not wishful thinking, but a thoughtful wish. What better word than hope to describe the class of 2023? Hope encompasses emotional nuances and complexities in just one syllable, almost like how just 130 of us soldiered through a plague and lived to tell the tale because we had hoped for this day to come. And when we take these golden robes off at home, when we move into our residence halls, when we wear robes in different colors, hope 4 years from now, fingers crossed, I hope that you continue to hope. It is what made you the class of 2023. Thank you.
Excuse me if my voice shakes. I'm not used to this many people watching me. All right. Dear graduates, as we gather here today to celebrate our accomplishments, I want to take a moment to recognize and honor the people who have helped us along the way, our teachers, both those in the classroom and those in our everyday lives. These individuals have poured their time, energy, and expertise into our education and have been an integral part of our journey. I want to acknowledge the tireless efforts of our teachers who have not only taught us subject matter, but have also served as mentors, counselors, and friends. They've believed in us, pushed us to our limits, and encouraged us to keep going when we wanted to give up. Without them, we would not be here today, ready to embark on the next chapter of our lives. I could stand here for hours thanking each and every teacher I've had, but instead I'll just name a few. My kindergarten self would come up here today and talk to you all about how Mrs. Rubenstein saved kindergarten for me. Those words came out of my 7-year-old mouth in 2011. Or maybe my second grade self would talk about Mrs. Landis and her classroom called Landisland. But my senior self is here to talk about my guidance counselor, Ms. Osicki. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today, but without her, neither would I. She was always there to support me throughout high school with any schedule changes, complaints, and believe me, I had a lot of those, and also just to listen. Everyone in the guidance office has gotten to know me because of how often I was in there. Mrs. Osicki has a special talent for what she does. She will forever hold a special place in my heart as my school mom. Her welcoming personality and wise words embrace any person who walks in our office. I was lucky enough to be a P3Z student and have her in my corner. She helped me when I was in my deepest depression, struggling every day to make it to school and find a reason to fight. She helped me establish a 504 plan with accommodations to better my success in school. However, there are others outside of school who are responsible for my standing here today. I also have my parents, John and Melissa Patterson, to thank. Though they are not teachers here at BHS, they have taught me lessons I couldn't learn at school. Without them, I don't know if I would have lived to speak to you all today. My parents fight for me every day. They remind me of my dreams and who I can become. My father, a relentless, hardworking man, reminds me there's no mountain he won't climb to support me. And my mother, a kind, warm, selfless woman, reminds me how to love myself. With that, I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge a battle many of us have faced, the battle of depression. Whether it may have started through COVID or it has been a lifelong battle, depression is a complex and difficult mental health issue that affects millions of people worldwide, including many of us here today. It can make us feel isolated, helpless, and alone, and can rob us of our joy and passion for life. As someone who has battled with depression myself, I know how challenging it can be to overcome. But I also know that it is possible, and that we are not alone in the struggle. Together we can support each other, lean on each other, and find the strength to keep going, even when things feel impossible. So as you move forward from this moment, I want you to remember two things. First, your teachers have been an invaluable part of your journey and deserve recognition and gratitude for their hard work. And second, that you are not alone in any battle you may face. There is hope and support available to you. Our generation has experienced many hardships while being so young. We are resilient, brave, and strong. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
After 4 years of high school and countless hours of class time, I have one remaining question. What the hell happened? Pandemic and the assortment of other global crises aside, where did all the time go? In a typical graduation speech, now is where I would say, it seems like just yesterday we were freshmen ready to embark on this new journey together. But this isn't that kind of graduation speech. From here on out, this is about how far we have not come and how far we will not go. It's crazy to think that I've known some of y'all since we were 4 years old. 4 years old. And in my opinion, that's way too long to have a friendship based solely on where our parents decided to live about 20 years ago. I mean, some of our friendships have spanned 4 presidential administrations, 7 Olympic Games, 54 bar mitzvahs, and enough failed relationships to rival a Taylor Swift album. Even though our time at Beechwood High School has come to a close, there's one thing that we need to be thankful for. We have mostly avoided serious injuries in the parking lot for the past 2 years. How about a round of applause for that? And as we move on to the next chapter of our lives, there will be no more credit for late assignments, quiz makeups, or test retakes. We must remember that we cannot reassess life, unlike our physics tests. And sometime in our near future, when we have missed another deadline and it seems like we're going to need that late credit or test retake, we need to realize that it's never going to come. There is still hope, though. We can lower our expectations and lower the expectations others have of us. I remember back to freshman year when we were granted an extended spring break from the governor, and we were all so excited to get some extra time away from school. But wow, were we wrong. Who would have thought that we'd actually want to come back to school? I know a lot of us originally thought virtual school was going to be a cheater's paradise. It turns out virtual school was actually a lot harder than we thought. Even with all that rumored cheating, virtual school led us to a very important realization. Cheating can get you ahead in life. Look at our grade point averages. Fun fact, the class of 2023 has the highest average GPA in Beechwood history. I was so excited to come back to school our sophomore year and hang out with half my friends for half a day. I never really liked those M to Z kids anyway. I guess I felt a little bit better when my teachers showed me a screen with 12 dark boxes with icons in the middle, assuring me those troublemaker M through Z kids were all right. And probably playing Xbox, or watching YouTube, or making breakfast, or taking a nap, or doing anything but paying attention. Did I mention that our class has the highest average GPA of any Beechwood class ever? When the second half of the alphabet was added back into the mix our junior year, we all rediscovered some friends we had forgotten about. It's strange to think we had the "what the hell happened to you" conversations with our fellow 16-year-olds. Those conversations are usually reserved for high school reunions, even though we probably won't need reunions, given 75% of us will still be living within 5 miles of Beechwood, or with kids attending Beechwood schools. Then this year came the time when our decisions started to matter and our actions had real-life implications. We finally had a chance to decide where we want to live and an idea about what our future looks like. All the while, most of us still can't decide if we want to watch Netflix during class or play an online game. We are so indecisive, in fact, that our class sent out a record high number of college applications this year. After all, we did have the highest GPA ever. Great job, everyone. But as we leave Beechwood, remember, no matter how far or how close we end up, our parents can no longer call to fix our problems. And maybe when it's all said and done, we'll realize that our high school experience did get us ready for the real world. I think I forgot to mention that the class of 2023 has the highest average GPA ever. And you can't have a high GPA without an occasional work ethic, a good excuse when you need it, and a timely global pandemic. Thank you, everyone.
Kaylee, Liana, and Kajal, can you come up and present the class gift, please? Liana? No worry, Kaylee's in the room. I have it right there for you. Yeah, wait till she's-
The class of 2023 gift will let me start over. The class of 2023 class gift will donation to the That doesn't make any sense. The class of 2023 will donate to the Beechwood High School Library and also create signage to make the school easier to navigate, in simple words, because I don't know what's on here.
Class of 2023, please rise. Superintendent Hardis and the members of the Board of Education, it is my honor to certify that all members of the class of 2023 standing before you have successfully completed the course of study prescribed by the Beechwood Board of Education and the state of Ohio necessary for graduation. Dr. Hardis.
Thank you, Mr. Chase. Members of the Board of Education, it is my privilege to present to you the Beechwood High School graduating class of 2023. President Walsh, will you please come forward to accept the class?
Thank you, Dr. Hardis. I gladly accept the class of 2023. Please be seated.
All right, we are ready for the diploma box, please. Students, will be about a minute till we set up. All right, row one, please stand. Emma Haig. Hannah Butler. Naima Bateman. Rihanna Aduns. Noaf Al-Asari. Grace Lorraine Allen. Gilly Avitan. Kimiata Jamia Lynn Battle. Mayan Benezra. Lucas Walker Bennett. Rena Esther Berkowitz. Caleb London Burns. Ayush Brigavanch. Seth Minkowski. Taylor Blackwell. Debrianna Blake Butler. Mia DeVay Brown. Amber Sadis Brennis. Jamin Dale F. Caldwell. Sarah Sapresti Carrington. Emily Rachel Clark. Zachary Drew Cohen. Row 1, please be seated. Row 2, please stand. Vincent T. Crenshaw. Jeremiah Lee Croft. Sam DeYoung. Alexander Dro. Braylon T. Eaton. Matthew Edwards. Maya Jamie Isengart. Sapanta Minu Entazari. Kimia Asmeli Adabi. Shane Fowler. Niera Devora Gurman. Brianna Alexis Golubitsky. Josh Greenwood. Maya Abigail Grower. Netta Ruth Haas. Audrey Merrill Hardis. Rebecca Harlan. Megan Harlan. Joshua Jones. Joshua Khan. Sama Khan. Row 2, please be seated. Row 3, please stand. Alexander Lee. Sarah Morgan Katz. Drew Spencer Kalin. Michael David Kesselman. Daniel Shane Curvell. Guilherme Freitas Klieger. Mauricio Freitas Klieger. Kajal Krishnan. Alexander Lottie Cham. Julian Michael Landis. Nisha Zev Lauer. Rebecca Taylor Lawton. Kirsten Nicole Lee. Connor Levy. Moore Murray Lee. Avery Lanzer. Nathaniel Shane Lurie. Lauren Luxembourg. Benjamin P. Lawrence. Row 3, please be seated. Row 4, please stand. Catherine Mayer. Carly Margolis. Micaiah Shamira McMichael. Samantha B. McPhillips. Jack Samuel Miller. Mayan Damani Mitchell. Reese Abigail Mutillo. Zachary Nolan. Michael Ariel Novikov. Uzana Nazikwe. James C. O'Neill. Erika Oger. Haruka Akamoto. Shalev Ost. Noah Page. Max Page. Kali V. Phelps. Marquise Pinkney. Nellie Shimona Peltz. Kaylee Patterson. Row 4, please be seated. Row 5, please stand. Ana Ribeiro de Reyes. Ariana Desiree Ann Rose. Hannah Miera Plakin. Varun Ramesh. Sophia Rajek. Max Isaac Rinsberg. Adam Michael Ritzenberg. Mallory Isabel Rose. Noah Elon Rosner. Shira Rubb. Drew Seth. Dina Shazor Horn. Haya Shahade. Owen Shook. Eli Shore. Naomi Schroeg. Ryan Silverberg. Levi Simon. Samuel Spaller. Row 5, please be seated. Row 6, please stand. David Steckner. Jace E. Stimpert. Noyam Madison Renee Strickland. Alonzo Tavanche. Samuel Vazelberg. Alexa Lacey Walters. Erica B. Ward. Evan Emmanuel Warner. Prince Eric Williams. Jeremiah T. Wilson. Jonah Wolf. Riley Gale Zabel. Ilya Zavhodini. Brett Austin Zawatsky. Kai Zhang. All right, we're going to now remove the diploma box, please. Thank you. Unless we're gonna walk around. Okay. Thank you. All right, by the way, row 6, you can sit. Thanks for listening. All right, at this point, can you rise for the singing of the alma mater? Please stay standing. Kaylee Patterson to the podium.
Class of 2023, please grasp your tassel with your left hand and move it to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2023.